doing a story on the barbershop and just the players' lounge y'all have. Tell me about that. Do you use it, and what do you think that space means to you too?
Barbershop is always jumping. Like everybody goes in there, and sometimes people get left out. In terms of me, I got my own barber at home that I just use personally go to, just out of my own preference. But everybody up there is, they're pretty good, get pretty fresh cuts. So.
Yeah, and just really quickly, you've been changing up your own hair since just the beginning of the season, since AC kickoff. Just tell me a little bit about that, and what do you usually like to go to in the season?
I just got my hair breathing right now on the fro. I've had it wrapped up in braids all the time, so just letting it out.
Everything you told us about Amari back in August and in July, I think we talked to you in July, is exactly the kind of player he is. What is his ceiling in your estimation? How good can he be?
As good as he wants to be. The ceiling is high for him. It's as high as he wants to go. He could do whatever he wants to and whatever he sets his mind to. He's a great player for us.
When you say do what he wants to do, what is his range as a linebacker? I mean, can he handle every conceivable responsibility already that you guys have?
For sure. I would say I have complete trust that he can. For sure.
Has there been a moment this year where you're like, damn, he really is as good as I thought he was?
I would say when he was playing Charlotte, and I mean, he's always been, I've been saying this since he's got here, even in December when we played West Virginia. I've been saying you guys going to see a lot of Amari Campbell. But when he chased down the quarterback from depth all the way down the sideline and got a sack, I would say, yeah, like, I looked at him and I was like, bro, you kind of fast. Like,
You don't get him in practice. Does that make you guys mad?
The quarterback?
Amari, the coach said, Coach Brown said that you guys don't hit him in practice. Is that true? Does that make you a little bit mad?
I mean, no, that's our top running back. He's the best running back in the nation. We're going to keep him healthy at all times. He's got to take a lot of hits in the game, so, we don't look at it like that.
With Cayman being out, how I think it was Jeff Collins yesterday was saying he stays pretty engaged in practice, things like that. What have you observed from him as far as like how? I know during the spring it was similar because he had to sit out there, but how engaged has he been? So far.
He's still our guy. He's still our engine, man. He's still our leader on the defense, and when he's out there, like it's an energy boost. And even before the game, Central, he kicked it off. He always sets the tone and sets the speech for. How are we going to go out there? How are we going to represent ourselves that day?
And then to go off of that, how do you feel that Tyler Thompson and Javon Harvey these last few games have kind of filled in at that position? And I know you guys, do different things to kind of count for it, but how do you feel that those two kind of slotted in?
Tyler Thompson and Javon have stepped in well. Like they've done exceptional, and with Cayman being absent, and they've gotten some great tape on film. So proud of those guys, and just want to keep doing what they're doing.
Howard, what are some of the things that Cayman says maybe pregame that really, resonate with you or get you going, or just seem to be right to hype you up? Like what does he say that gets you going?
He just always puts it in perspective. Like we have a mission at hand, and we got to go, complete the mission. And if we don't complete the mission, then we can't go home. So we all want to go home, so we're gonna complete the mission.
Obviously, Cayman and you are both, two of the top leaders just for the defense as a whole. How has the dynamic shifted, if at all, just with him not being able to, go out there on the field?
I would say the only thing that's ever changed is he's just not out there on the field with pads with us. But other than that, he's involved in everything.
What would you say your level of confidence or concern is with Jacoby, getting more and more time at quarterback? Because, it looked like he sort of hit the ground running the other night. Like, what, for you personally, is there a lot of confidence there in Jacoby? Concern? Where would you rate it?
I've been saying this for the longest. Like, we've had the best quarterback room, I feel like, in the nation, just with all three of those guys. Unfortunately, Maskey is hurt, and we got Connor and Jacoby back there. So I have nothing but confidence in both of those guys. I practice against those guys every single day, and I see them do great stuff all the time. So nothing but confidence.
Have you guys gotten better each week, you think, as the season's progressed?
Yes, sir. I would say we take it a day at a time, one practice at a time, one rep at a time, one foot at a time, 1 yard. And that's what we preach. Just, if we're striving for greatness, we want to be exactly where our feet are and do exactly what we need to do that day and accomplish that mission that day.
Chance to complete conference schedule with a clean slate. How important is that as you head into the ACC season and allow for a game next week?
Most important thing right now is going to want to know this week. And got a good opponent in JMU, and respect them in our preparation, and make sure that we come out on top of that in that game.
You guys had some struggles in goal line D last year, but through 3 games this year, you guys have been very effective in goal line D. What has been the difference?
I would just say understanding and communication between the guys. Like, goal line D is just everybody being on the same page at one time and everybody knowing their exact job and communicating that between each other. So once you communicate that, you know what's going to come and know everybody has in the play.
When you look up front, you got Kevin and Josh and Travis, you got almost 1,000 pounds right there. How important has it been that they've done their job and it sort of begins with them handling their responsibility?
Like I've said before, they're the Monstars, man. They made the whole thing run. So, I mean, they're literally the defense. So, if you don't get through them, it's going to be hard to get to the second level.
It's kind of a trade term, but have you seen the light go on for Travis? He's a different player now. I think I've talked about this last time we talked, like a long time ago in the summer. I said he was in there with me early in the summer, just showing up early, just working on his body, doing what he has to do, just get on the field. So yeah, you did say that. Yeah. So he's just like a different level as far as maturity. He's going about everything about being a player at this level.
yes, sir.
How would you say you guys have gone about at Minnesota in the opener, in the second half, shut those guys down? I think it was only 15 yards rushing they had or something like that. The other night against Central, they had the one long drive to open the game, and then you sort of shut the door on them. In terms of making adjustments during the game, in the game, on the fly, why do you think you guys have been successful in that? Like, what do you think is working for you all in that respect?
We got a great guy in Jeff Collins calling the plays, and we just got great players around us to understand, like, hey, like, if we all do our job, can't nobody do anything against us. Only thing that's hurting us is ourselves. So if we just stop hurting ourselves and get the enemy out of the room, we can go ahead and do our jobs and go from there.
And for Saturday, just with, defending against the Russian headaway, obviously you guys are familiar with him. What are some of the key things that you guys have identified that you're honing in on with practice specific to the rush?
I would just say gap control. Make sure you stay in your gaps because George Pettigrew got great vision in between the tackles, and if you see somebody out his gap, you can slip through and make a big play. So gap control and just holding your gaps and doing your assignment.
How do you feel he's kind of performed so far, George? I'm talking about. How do you feel he's performed so far? Being obviously with JMU, you obviously know what he can do, but just what do you make of the season that he's having?
He's having a good season so far. So like I said, JMU is a great team. They got a great quarterback over there. Good things going. They've been traditionally just a winning program. So it's going to be a challenge for sure.
What are the things when you look at them on film? They've obviously had the bye week last week, but JMU, what are like some of the high points that you notice when you're sort of taking your notes and trying to get prepared for what they do?
They got great athletes, especially in space. A lot of the guys can get the ball too. They can make moves in space and create extra yards as a catch and after contacting the run. So they got a good team over there. So we're gonna respect them.
A lot of their production has come through explosive plays. That Charlotte, you guys gave up a few. Limiting the explosive obviously would be a major point of emphasis this week going against a team like that, right?
Yes, sir.
What have you seen from them? Why they've had success on some of those explosives?
Everybody on offensive end executing, and just great players making great plays at the end of the day. They got great players on that side, and they're gonna use athleticism and their God-given abilities to make plays. So.
The quarterback seems to be like someone that can make some stuff happen too.
Yes, sir.
You played with Trav in high school, right?
I believe so. I think they both went to
That's
Crimson.
right. That's right.
Grimsby?
Yeah, that's right.
And then just quickly want to get your perspective on Des Evans, about 3 games in, had a great game against Central. What have you seen from him, how he's been able to fit into just Jeff Collins' scheme?
I just feel like for Dez, he's always given his heart and soul to this program and this place, and I feel like he's reaping what he's sowed. So everything you're seeing now is he's been preparing for since he's been here. He's been working for since he's been here. So now that you're seeing it just on display, I feel like it's nothing new to me. So just proud of him.
Did you have to? George wears 6 now instead of 23, obviously. Did you have to look for him at all when you turned the film on? Were you searching a little bit to figure out which one he was?
It says Petaway on the back of his jersey, so you immediately know who it is.
So if you meet him head on and drive him into the earth a little bit, you have a little message for him, a little thing you want to say? Hey George, nice to see you again.
I don't necessarily talk during the game, so it's just business. For real.
Just all in fun.
All right. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Bob.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man.